What is up, you guys? Welcome on back to another Raw Game episode, and today we're going to talk about the channel a little bit, and then I'm going to show you guys some things that I picked up, some comic books. So we're going to do our very last comic book review. Like I said, I'm just going to show you what all I've collected. There might be some that I've already done comic book review on, but we are going to go back and just show you guys some of the certain things that I have. So we're going to go over the comic book review. We're going to talk about the channel and what's going to go on, what's going to happen with it, because I want you guys to know about it before we do lose internet. And also, another reason that I've been very, very busy these past few days, and I want to show you guys that way you guys don't think that I'm just messing around with you guys. The reason I've been really busy these past few days is I have not been here. I've been off trying to get some things collected, some things finished up with school. I've got prom for my region. Prom at my school will be July 11th. So, I'm trying to get ready for prom. I'm trying to get ready to enter the adult world. So, once again, some proof that I'm not joking around. There is my diploma. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the thing in it. It's just a blank folder. I think they're going to give us our paper form, or the paper to put into the folder. I think they're going to give that to us later on this year. Maybe June, maybe July. I think July, since they're going to do prom July 11th, they might do graduation sometime in July. So, proof that I'm a high school graduate, you guys. Finally did it. I finally went through 13, 14 long years of school, and I finally graduated. So, never ever have to worry about school ever again unless I go to college. But for right now, I just want to sit back, relax, and enjoy life as while I can. I know with everything closed and everything, I know I'm not able to get out and enjoy it too much, but I at least want to get out and enjoy it while I can. And then if I do decide I want to be a I was wanting to be a welder, but the process to become a welder and then having just all sorts of stuff on you, I would have probably had to travel from place to place. I would have had to, do all sorts of exhausting things. I know it paid well. I know welding's a really good paying job, and I would have proceeded with that. But I signed up for college, and it was just a mess. The people that I signed up for, I don't think they would know what they were doing, and it was all over the place. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to backtrack, and instead of doing welding, I might do game designing, or I might do comic books. Lately, I have been collecting comic books a lot, and I really love the arts on them, and I love all sorts of things to do with comic books. So I think I'm going to backtrack on the welding, and I think I'm going to do either comic book, either like an artist or drawer or a writer, or I might do game designing if I don't do both. I feel like both would be kind of cool. It'd be a way for me to get extra money. One can be my main job, and then I'd have a side job. So, I'm going to see what I can do with that. I'm going to try to maybe go to school, go to college later on in the future. If all of this virus and stuff dies off and everything, then I'll think about going back to college. I know a couple people that's gone back to college, and they said more than likely it's an online thing, and I don't want to have to do a bunch of online stuff. So I might wait and see what this pandemic holds in store. I might see what I can get myself into, and then we'll go from there. So let me do this real quick. Alright. So, let's go and get started. We have quite a few comics today. We got some older comics. We got some newer comics. Shout out to the people who got me these comics. A couple of my friends, they got me a couple comics, and then one had comics, and I was like, I don't, so gave them back to me. So, they know who they are. I'm not going to say names, but they know who they are. Shout out to them. Thank you guys so much for the comic books. I really enjoyed these comic books. There's some of these that look really, really interesting. So, let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, we're going to do the comic book review, and then we're going to talk about the channel. So, stick around. And if you haven't already, drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And we will talk about that here in a minute as well, like I said. So, let's go ahead and start off with one of my favorite superheroes. One of the superheroes that I have been going ape crap about, that I've been wanting to collect more and more and more comics of. We've got The Amazing Spider-Man issue 509, Sins Past, Part 1. So, I flipped through this one. It looked really interesting, so I might go back and read it. I think there are some parts in here that sort of like flashbacks or whatever, so that was pretty cool. I will have to get a bag and board for some of these, actually all of them, because most of these are either not in bag and boards or they are in bags, but they're not boarded, and the bags where they're older comics are sort of in old shape. So let me clear out a space so as soon as I get done I can sort of sort these out here. Next up, we got Earth's Mightiest Heroes, The Avengers, issue 499, Once an Invader, Part 3. So that's pretty cool. I think I went through it, and it's got some pretty good stuff in it. Next up, we got The World's Greatest Comic Magazine, Fantastic Four, issue 513. It's another one that's got Spider-Man in it, so I love it. Anything that's got Spider-Man in it, Spider-Man, Venom, Carnage, anything like that, I love. So, we'll talk about something here in a minute. Since I graduated, if you guys want to, since, graduation and everything, if you do have any comics that you would like to bestow upon me, then, DM me. You might not get to comment in the video, but if you want to, DM me on Instagram, Facebook. We didn't get Twitter yet. I don't think we're going to get Twitter. I was wanting to, but I don't think we're going to get Twitter. But if you want to DM me on Instagram or Facebook, or you can try to comment in YouTube, or you can get to the Discord and text me on that. If you have any comics, let me know. Because, like I said, I'm trying to collect as many as I can. I think currently I have, I had 125 comics, and then it just keeps on piling up. So, trying to get a pretty good amount of comics. So, if you have any that you don't read, that you want to trade in with somebody, but they won't give you what you want for them, let me know, and I will try to work out something. I don't just want to take your comics, unless, they're comics that you don't care much about, then we'll see what we can do. We'll make ourselves a deal and, try to get something worked out. But next up, we've got Daredevil, The Man Without Fear, Low Life, 3 of 5. So, you know what that means. I'm going to have to go back and get 1, 2, and 4, and 5. Basically all of them except for 3. This one looks pretty good too. The graphics, or the visuals in it, the art in it is really pretty, so good one on that one. And these are the newer comics that I got. That was a horrible way of explaining that. Once again, went to the comic book shop, and of course, as always, as amazing as these people are, they had a bundle or a run of comics. So I paid $3 for this one for 3 comics. So once again, $1 a piece is not bad at all. One, you can't hardly find these anywhere. I even tried the other comic book store that I usually go to. I tried it, and they sometimes have Crow comics, not always. But this one has bundles and like the whole run of comics. So we've got issues 1 of 3 of The Crow, Wild Justice. I really love the artwork on these. Very, very pretty. I'll have to go back and read these eventually because they're Crow comics. We've got 2 of 3. That one's pretty as well. Like I said, a lot of these are pretty, and this one's pretty. 3 of 3. So we got the whole run of this one. Very interesting covers. I did flip through them, and they were very interesting. So, let's go back and read them. Well, never mind. I'm going to do this one first. Next up, we got Free Comic Book Day V-Wars, issue 0. Unfortunately, I did have to pay $2 for this one. I figured since it said Free Comic Book Day on it that I would, get it for free. But I think after Free Comic Book Day, if they have any, they basically charge you for them. So if you don't get a free comic book on Free Comic Book Day and you want it, then you'll have to pay for it. Or at least that's what I had to do for that store. So I don't know how every other store is. And I need to text my other comic book store and see if the shipments come in. If I don't get to review them with you, we will review them eventually, because one of the comics that I'm definitely going to try to get in the shipment is Venom Island Part 5, I think, because I have all the way up to Part 4, so I need 5. So, next up we got Batman Aliens, book 2. I almost said issue 2, and then I remembered it's a book, not an issue. So, this one's really, really interesting. I read it. There's some parts that are really confusing in it, but it's one of these comics that, I don't know, it's just really interesting. I don't want to say anything and spoil it for those who haven't read it but want to read it, so I'm not going to say too much. But there is one part in the beginning of the comic that will bring back so many memories to just the Batman storyline. So, and their twist on the whole Batman story is actually really interesting. So, if you haven't already, even if you're not a fan of Batman or you're not a fan of Aliens, definitely check it out. It's something that I think at least you should give a try because it's interesting. So, unfortunately, I will have to go through these and I will have to say the numbers because these are not in order. I will go back and reorder them. But as of now, they are not in order. So, and these are the ones I said I need to re-bag and board. They're in very good shape. I think they have like a few tears on them. They have a few, a few things wrong with them. But I mean, they're in great shape. But let's go ahead and go through these. Trying to be careful with it. I don't know if this is Bronze Age, Silver Age, or Gold Age. It's 60 cents. So whatever that age is. I think 10 cents was like Gold Age, and then anything above that, like 12 cents, 15 cents, is a Silver Age, and I think Bronze Age is anything above that. So we got the whole ROM. Well, I don't think it's the whole ROM line, but we've got quite a few here. So we got ROM Space Knight, issue 47. We're going to say issue 47. Once again, I'm not going to say ROM every single time that I pick one up. I'm just going to say the number. We got 39. 38. And if you have to pause the video to see one, that is definitely okay. This one is 37. 60. Like I said, might not be the whole run, but it is a decent amount of the run. 53. And I mean, these are $1 on eBay anyhow, so I mean, they're not that expensive. 59. Because I was thinking about getting the whole entire run of them. 52. And I looked them up, and they're only $1 on eBay, so not too expensive. Something that I can definitely work with. 51. And this is a Marvel comic, so there's this one, for example, has Ant-Man in it, and I don't know what the other one is, but it has Ant-Man in it, and this one is issue 58, has Ant-Man, so that's pretty cool. And there is one in here, it's actually my favorite one. it has Doctor Strange in it. So we'll get to it in a minute. This is 44. 43. I might have the whole run. I just don't know if I do or not. 45. I think they're all just all over the place. 46. And this will probably be a long video. I know I'm talking a lot, but I'd rather talk than not talk. 48. 49. 54. Trying to get the whole thing in the view of the camera. 55. 56. 57. 62. 61. 28. Pretty sure that's what that said. Make sure it's 28. Yeah, 28. 29. 30. That one's a pretty cool cover. Spiders. I love spiders. Everybody else hates spiders. 31. And I think that's Juggernaut back there. In a silver outfit. Looks like Juggernaut. 32. 35. 34. 36. 42. 41, which has Doctor Strange in it. 33. 40, which unfortunately does not have a bag and board, so I have to get one for it. And then last but not least, ROM Annual, issue 2, I think. Issue 2. So, got all those. Definitely not the whole entire run, but there's only a few that I need to get the whole entire run. I might have had the whole entire run, but some of them got taken out. Some of them were traded in. I don't know. I have no clue. But I think I did have the whole run. I gave them to my friend, and then I got them back from my friend. So some of them might actually, they might be over there. They might be in, my house, my room. I don't know. So, I mean, like I said, I checked on eBay and they're about $1 a piece. So, I mean, that's not too bad compared to what certain other comics, because there's certain comics that are this age that are about $50 and $60 on eBay. So, $1 a piece ain't too bad. So, we'll see what we can do, see if we can get the whole entire run and go from there. Because, I mean, like I said, there's only a few in there that we were not able to get. Or that I don't have. So, yeah, we'll figure it out eventually. But, yep. So that is all of my comics. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. Let's get these back. Like I said, I'll have to re-bag and board a lot of those older ones. That way they don't get too dirty. And let me show you. I showed you guys these the other day. But I'm going to show you guys again. We got the Crow, Seed of Angels. These are the only ones I'm going to show you guys again. Got that one. Got that one. And then we got the third one, which is my favorite cover. So we got all those. We got some aliens. We got some predators. We got all sorts of goodies. So can't complain too much. I'm also... I traded... I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys this too. And it will be on Instagram and Facebook. I'm definitely going to post it on there. I did trade in 2 Street Shark figures. For those who don't know, that was like a 19-something TV show. I think it was 1900s. I think it was like a 1900s TV show. I traded 2 of the sharks. I traded the hammerhead and the great white one. Whichever one had the roller skates on. I traded them to the comic book store, and they were about $30 for both of them. The hammerhead was the most. He was about $20, and then the great white was about a $10. So I traded in those 2, and since it was $30, they had a Bane figure from the Arkham game. Unfortunately, it was not in its package. But it was, it was out of the package. It was in decent condition. And he was charging about $55 for it. So I told my friend, hold on, I got something. I told my friend, I was like, is there anything that you want? Because he was like, oh, we can't really do, Well, actually, let me see. It's not how it went down. Hold on. There's something in my eye. Hold on, you guys. So my friend walked around, and they found 2. Well, one of them was Evil Dead. Was an Evil Dead artwork, and then the other one was a Hellraiser artwork. And the comic book store owner was like, I can't really do anything with comics, but if you find any, we can do them on the artworks, the posters, or we can do them on toys. So we can trade, you can get your credit or store credit, whatever. And I said, well, you can do it on those 2 posters. So my friend, my friend got a Hellraiser and an Evil Dead poster artwork for free, basically. And then I was like, I really like that Bane figure, but it's $55, and after you took off for the posters, I wouldn't have enough for it. And he said, oh, we can hold it for you. We'll bump it down a little bit. You can put some of the credit toward the figure, and we can bump it down a little bit. That way you don't have to pay $55 for it. And, I was kind of hesitant about it at first. I was like, that much for a figure? I don't know. But then he told me what he told me, and then I looked online, and I was like, yep, do it. I looked online, and he said, if you go online, you can find this same exact one out of package for about $150. So paying $40 for it, spending some store credit toward trade credit toward the figure, bumping it down to a $40 is way better than having to go online on eBay and get it for about $150, $180. Because that's how much it was ranging for on eBay, and online is $150 to $180. So I got to go back this week and pick it up, because I will have to earn a little bit of moolah to get it. But as soon as I get $40, I'm going to rush back. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. He said he put on a hold for me, since the credit, I used the credit toward the figure. He said we can hold it for as long as you need to, and, you can come back in and pay the $40. So, basically, I got my money's worth. I believe so, because like I said, there's no way I would have went on eBay or online and paid $150, $180 for the Bane figure. I mean, it's pretty decent size. It's not like, it's not like other figures. It's got a decent size to it. So, even though it's out of the container, I feel like it would be a really good addition to my collection, because I do have some Batman action figures, but I mean they're about that big, not even that big. They're pretty small, and compared to the Bane figure, it's gonna look humongous. So we gotta go back and get that. I will post a picture of it on Instagram, tell you guys about it a little bit if you do miss the video or you do want to, read a little bit about it. But we got that coming in next week, so keep an eye on Instagram, Facebook. And like I said, if you have any comics that you're wanting to give away, or you have any comics that you have a decent pay for, because I am not spending about $50, $60 for one single comic. I love comics, but I think paying $50 and $60 for a comic, even if it's an old vintage comic, I feel like $50 and $60 is asking way too much, honestly. I know there's some out there that go up to like hundreds, but I will not pay over, honestly, I won't even pay over $6 for a comic. There ain't no way. One, it has to be a trade. Now, trades, I'll pay I'll pay $15, $25, whatever. But if it's like a single floppy, then I will only pay $6 and under. I do not go over $6. I feel like that is outrageous, charging people $150s and $60s and $80 for like a single floppy. I mean, something like this. A short little paperback, comic book. So I won't go over $6 for those things. So if you have any that you're just wanting to give away, if you're wanting to get out of your basement, your attic, or you have any that you just hey, graduation present, DM me on Instagram, Facebook, or you can leave a comment in Discord, or you can leave a comment in this video, and we'll work ourselves out a deal. I'm wanting to go back to the comic book store. If I do get any graduation money, some of it's got to go towards some personal things. No, not adult things, but some personal items, and then basically the rest is going toward video games. It's going toward comics, because that's what I live. So since I know the flea market is open back up, I am going to try to see if I can get a little bit and go to the flea market, because I know good and well the flea market has comic books somewhere. So go there, maybe get a few action figures, a few comics like I was wanting to do, and we'll see where it goes. But now we're going to talk a little bit about the channel, and then I will let you guys go, because I don't want to spend too much of your time. So for those who haven't heard the bad news, I am losing internet Saturday. So therefore, any videos between now and Saturday, watch the heck out of them, because that's all you're going to see for quite a while. So, you can still subscribe, share with your friends, your family, like the videos, comment on the videos, view the videos. You guys can still do that. You just won't get any new content. And reason B is because I'm losing internet, But we will be back. It's not like I'm going away forever. What you see is what you get. But I am coming back. Trust me. Cross my heart. Eventually, I will be back on YouTube, posting videos like crazy, and I will be back for you guys to watch my live streams and my uploads and what have you. We might have the occasional video here and there, just because I know a few people that have internet that I would be able to like crash at their place and do some videos for. But it just all depends on if I'm able to go, if I can bring my setup with me and all that good stuff. So we might have some videos here and there, laying around, and we might figure out some things. If you don't already and you do want to see me continue my content, go over to Instagram, go to Facebook, and check out the Discord, because those are the 3 social media platforms that I will continue to post on until we get YouTube back. If you want to follow me on those platforms, you will get notified when I do come back to YouTube. So it's a good thing to follow me on Instagram. It's a good thing to follow me on Facebook. It's a good thing to follow me on those platforms, because you will get notified when I come back. Like I said, we will be back. It's just a matter of when. Like I said, we'll have the occasional videos here and there. That way you guys can at least get certain content. It just won't be continuously. I think that's about it. So you guys can, like I said, you guys can still subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, your family, And follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. So yeah, that is about it, you guys. I will leave you guys off with that. Give you a comic book review. Talked about the channel and all that good stuff. So, once again, high school graduate, I'm really sorry again that I have not been uploading content. I've been away. I've been trying to get some things situated. But tonight, maybe tomorrow, I'm not going to promise anything. I feel bad that I promised the VR gameplay. Unfortunately, we won't get to do VR gameplay until we get back. But trust me, as soon as we come back, this is something that I can promise and I can swear to you guys. As soon as the channel comes back, VR gameplay, whenever you guys want it. There was a lot of confusion with the gameplays and stuff. You know, some gameplays I wasn't numbering, so you didn't know how to watch them or whatever. So, as soon as the channel does come back, it will be completely different. We're going to focus on one game. We're going to get through it. It's not going to be an everyday thing. It's going to be every other day. And, I mean, we're just going to... the channel is going to be a lot different whenever we come back. Trust me. So, maybe have a new setup. I don't know. It just all depends on when and how. So, thank you guys once again for those who are going to watch. Yeah. So, we're going to end the video there. And as always, rock on.